My name is Jenny. I'm a second-year PhD student in molecular plant science. Yeah, I watched Survivor since I was a kid. I have very vague memories of watching it. I must have been so young, and I took quite a long hiatus from high school into college, and then it was the past 4 or 5 years I really hit it, and I just fell in love with it all over the place, and I love it, everything about it.
Okay.
I watched Survivor since I was a child, and now I'm here. I'm 23 years old and more in love with the show than I have ever been. You're balancing your social life, your classes, your research, your relationships. It's a job. It's a full-time job, so you're building working relationships with your advisor and the rest of your coworkers, and it's just this big juggling act of pulling things together and just kind of hanging on until things inevitably fall apart. And so I think this ability to handle multiple things at once really prepares me to play the game, because you do need at times to act under pressure and to handle a crisis when it happens. And so I think that makes me well prepared to play Survivor. I will not say that I am smarter than everyone else. So being a PhD student requires me to juggle all sorts of things and handle crises and
Just say you're smarter than everyone else.
PhD student might put a target on my back because people might think that I'm smarter than everyone else, but I am definitely not, and intend to play down certain aspects of my personality so that I am not made a target based on the fact that I am a PhD student. And I fear that part of the game is going to be me trying to downplay that threat level, because people are going to inevitably find out that I am a PhD student. I've thought so much about ways that I could pretend to be an undergrad. I was like, could I pull that off? And the cost of fucking up that lie versus just telling someone I'm a grad student it's too high. It would be really nice if I could be like, yeah, I'm an undergrad biology major, but I don't know anything about the program. I can't convince anyone that. So I'll just be the grad student, and if they inquire more, then I guess I'll tell them that I'm a PhD student. But I think it's really important to build really strong relationships and really genuine relationships. I think anyone that comes across they're just trying to meet everyone and talk to everyone, and it seems very sketchy. And so I'm trying to form genuine relationships, and then if it comes down to it at the end, hopefully the people that I have formed these friendships with and these social relationships with will be more understanding if I get down to it and I have to stab someone in the back or go behind someone. So I want people to trust me, and I want people to trust me because I'm genuine, not because I'm threatening or fake. I've thought about strategy as far as watching other people play the game on TV. That's really easy to sit in front of your TV and be like, oh yeah, why would you do that? You should do this instead. And you really don't know what it's like when you're in the game and you're playing the game. So it's really easy to just say these things. So I have no idea if my knowledge of the game is going to help. I think it might honestly be helpful to be a little bit ignorant and to not really know. It probably helps with paranoia. I think my knowledge of the game might make me more paranoid. It might make me a more paranoid player, which is something that I'm going to have to be in control of, which is just adds a whole another layer to this mess of a game. The game. This game might make me go crazy. Hopefully I'll recover from it. It's just a semester. I just want to have a really good time. I want to see what I can do. I want to make some friends, and I want to play the game as hard as I can. If I end up stabbing a bitch in the back, that might happen, but that's fine. I would love to play the evil, crazy scientist, but only to the camera, never to anyone else. And then say in some crazy world where I make it to the final 3, that can kind of be something that comes out. I have been behind the scenes manipulating you all of this time. I would like that to be like my secret persona. Combined with PhD stress and survivor stress, I might have like all white hair by the end of this. And if finding a immunity idol involves telling a palm tree or a pine tree from a maple tree, then I got it. I'm good. If it requires figuring out how a plant survives drought tolerance, well, I think that I can hear the whispers of the plants. I think my strengths are going to be when it comes to keeping a handle on the complexities of everything that is going on. I think I hopefully will be able to sit down and logically think through different possibilities, different vote possibilities, different alliances, and manage my own alliances easier. I think that will be my strength. I have no idea how my physical game is going to be. I'm a runner. I'm an athletic person. But if you're asking me to like balance some pennies on my finger, like that's not happening. So if it comes down to it and it looks like that I'm like gonna be a physical threat and dominate challenges, that's another thing that I'll have to play down. But at this point I have no idea if I'm going to be good in that department. We shall see. I think studying plants will help me to find immunity idols because I feel like studying plants will help me find immunity idols easier because I don't think I've ever said this to anyone before, but sometimes I feel like plants whisper to me and that might help me find idols. There you go. There's your...
That works. Well, we have one of them.
I think the hardest part of this game for me is going to be, or statistically I will be voted out of this game, and I think the hardest part of this game for me is going to be building social relationships and overcoming any sort of social anxiety. I sit in an office all day long. I do not talk to people very often. I have me and my computer and sometimes a little tube with a plant leaf in it. And that's about all I talk to. So I think initially getting in with people, forming alliances, that like initial portion of the game is like the part of the game with the most error for me. I think that will be the hardest part. I love playing games with people. I love playing board games where I just get to mess with people, and that's really fun to me. But as long as that doesn't go beyond the game, I acknowledge the fact that I will probably have to lie to a lot of people while playing this game, and that's like kind of exciting. Manipulating people for giggles would be fun, but I think it's also stupid. I would not mess around for the sake of messing around. If I need to make a choice that involves lying to someone, shit happens. But I'm not going to just like run around like a chaotic person lying to everyone, because that's how you get got. I moved here from Williamsburg, Virginia to start my PhD program a year ago.